What's up, everybody? I am Sniggenhoff, and France sucks. We're playing Spain today, and on the last episode, we were just getting things set up to hopefully one day become the emperor. And also, we got to learn a little bit about the New World. Portugal did form their colonial nation, Portuguese Brazil. So they're a completely separate entity from Portugal. And colonial nations also don't take up a relationship slot, in the same way that protectorates do not. And but unlike protectorates, they'll pay taxes back to you essentially. And also, if you make sure they're making enough money, they will colonize for you. And once you get 10 cities in a colonial nation, you then get a merchant from that colonial nation, which is nice. You can also get a merchant from trade company if your trade company controls 50%, I believe, of the trade in the province, in the trade node, which obviously we do not at the moment. West African Charter. I could promote promote investments to give it an extra 50% and giving us some more inflation, but our inflation is ticking down and lower than that, so we can hit that button for now. Maybe try to get it higher up there. And now that we know about it, we'll probably end up colonizing the Gold Coast next, because it's a center of trade, as opposed to all these just random 3 development provinces. I mean, I wouldn't mind having all of these, but I want to get the important ones first, obviously. So let's unpause the game and see where we go from here. We're kind of just waiting on Isabel to die. And it'll be a sad day when she dies. She's been a fantastic ruler with great stats, and even provided us with a great heir. 2 great heirs, even. We just had to kill one of them to make sure we got the achievement a little bit faster. But we need her to die so that we can move on. No offense, Isabel. You've been wonderful. But it's time to go. Just gonna improve relations with a bunch of people over here, kind of randomly and willy-nilly, but yeah. I can take Diplotech. We're almost not ridiculously behind in Diplotech now. It's amazing. And we're still a good 22 years away from the printing press spawning, so we've got time. Also, what does the religions look like? No longer have Italian ambition. We learned more about C zones and C zones. Okay. Protestant, not very. It's just not very. The Reformation outside of England, not very powerful. So it sucks for the Protestants, but good for me as a Catholic nation. Make it easier to maybe even become emperor, depending on how things get sorted out. Converted to Gobu. So we can add them to the trade company now. And we're at the military point cap. 0%, although that's a yellow number. 0% green number. There we go. And now that I've done that, does it still give me the option to add everything I can? It does, because of this one. I want to make sure. And then I'll just pull this one out of that. Okay, it's just weird. The button is labeled weird. The button's labeled Start Trade Company, but all it does is add all eligible provinces to the trade company. And I want to wait to add this one because I want to convert it once I colonize it. Oh, I'm paused. My bad. We lost a general. That happens. It's probably our good one. Gulf of Congo. And papal approval of the Jesuit Order. Support of the Jesuit Order has been noted and is fully appreciated by the Pope. Order was created in 1534 by that guy, better known as that guy. He was one of the most devout counter-reformists and enemy number one to the Protestant movement. Good, we get 10 papal influence, which we will probably lose because it is ticking down at 3 per year. We're still just learning about sea zones. Truce with Mali ended because the land I stole from them. I have a free diplomat. Three years ahead of time on that tech. Still working on getting these. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about doing an admin idea group, is like you feel like you can't do any conquering for the time you're doing the admin idea group because you don't want to spend points on coring. Like you can, like instead of, you can conquer something and then release a vassal, so you don't have to spend the points, but then you have to wait till I have to get direct control over it, stuff like that. We're going to take the spare no expense once again. Gives us inflation, but gives us more diplomatic points, and our inflation is ticking down. We also gained a merchant, probably from our trade company. Yes. Our trade company controls 51% of the province trade power in the region, which gives us an extra merchant, which you can use to get a lot of merchants. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer trade power from here. It's probably going where I want it to go anyway because of Portugal. Is it going to Sevilla? Yes. But me transferring it is going to bring even more money into it. So now Sevilla, despite the fact we're losing some ducats over to Genoa, is worth more than Genoa already. And that's just from the Ivory Coast. Like, you can have basically all the trade from India and the East Indies flow around Africa and up through here and into Sevilla, and you just make so much money. Plus, the Caribbean flows directly into Sevilla. Brazil can flow either into the Caribbean or into the Ivory Coast and then into Sevilla. North America, not North America, but like the eastern United States does not, but Louisiana does, and Mexico does, and Panama does. Like, you can get a lot of the trade from the world all ending up right here. You can also get a lot of the trade from the world all ending up right here, but that's a horse of a different color. Check out all these discoveries, learning about all of the Caribbean, it looks like. And Florida. So yeah, France has some colonies down over here they are working on. They must have just took on exploration ideas, which will probably help them get back into the game as being a world power, but whatever. Alright. The Ottomans have announced me as a rival. Great. Fantastic. Might as well rival them back. There's I could wait, but they hate me. There's nothing I can really do. To be fair, as the #1 great power, it's lucky I even have rivals. Eventually you get so big that you don't, the game is well, no one can rival you. You're just there. Then you get no power projection. Although you do get some power projection for being a great power, which is nice. Ooh, it looks like Bohemia. If I didn't have a female heir, Bohemia would vote for me tomorrow. So we're getting. There's no reason to improve with Brandenburg. They're just going to vote for themselves no matter what. They're the emperor. I would do the same. And improve with these guys. But we're almost there. We just have a few more steps left to take. And first of them is having Isabel die. Again, we could abdicate, but losing the prestige would probably hurt our case a lot for becoming emperor. So I kind of don't want to do that. Genoa wants to ally me. I don't want to do that because I need those spots open. Fantastic. We get Babbling Buffoons for 10 years, so -1 diplomatic reputation for 10 years. That's exactly what I wanted. That'll really help me get my goals finished. We may jump up to speed 5 here while we're waiting, because there's not much going on. Try to get this knocked out kind of fast. Interest per annum. I mean, I don't have any interest right now because I have no loans, but it is rather nice. I will take this royal marriage with Burgundy again. No, I am not going to support your independence. Oh, there we go. Okay, things are happening now. All right, so Philippe is now the king. Ramiro is the heir. He's not terrible. He's below average, though. He's 8 overall. But now, yes, Bohemia would vote for me today. That's what the +59 is showing. It just hasn't updated. Let's flip the month over, and it should update. Ramiro is just. That's great. Why are you not voting for me? So who else is close? Mainz is close, and Cologne is close. So these are probably the two I'm going to want to target with with alliances. And then, honestly, if I had Bohemia and these two, that would get me there, because Brandenburg loses a vote, and that would give me 3 votes, Brandenburg 2 votes, and Austria 2 votes. So let's go ahead and ally Mainz and ally Cologne. And then alright, now I've got 2 people voting for me, Cologne. I have 3 people voting for me. I'm going to do a couple more things here. I'm going to influence nation on them, which is a great power action I can do. And it will, I spend some money and give them some monarch points, their weakest monarch point, and it's going to give me 25 more opinion with them. I probably should ally at least one more person. I'm going to influence Bohemia as well. But like, if they're going to be this close to voting for me, I'm not going to ally them, and I'm instead going to ally Trier. And hopefully, this is going to get us there, and we'll just have to wait for Frederick to die. And then I'll just send all 4 of my merchants to these guys, and just, you can, once they're done improving relations, you can do 2 things. You can either recall them, or you can tell them to stay. And I may just send them out and tell them to stay with all 4 of these, and hopefully we can just get there. I am at the military point cap. Influence nation on them. I already did the influence nation on them. So I'm going to... I am at the relationship cap. I'm just going to send all my diplomats out to these countries. I'm just going to have them go there and just stay there until the election, essentially. We may have done it, boys. We may have gotten there. But first, I'm going to try not to play too suboptimally, even though I'm close to achieving my goals. So yeah, right now, I have 3 votes. Brandenburg has 2 votes. Austria has 2 votes. I would win. Hey, 20 prestige. I'll take that. Ah, that's where you get to see it. Improve relation. Improve relation. And improve relation. And they flipped to me as well. So despite the fact they're mad at me because I'm a heretic because they're reformed, they're not. They give me -50 because I'm not a member of the HRE. But plus 30 for my Diplo rep, plus 50 for my legitimacy, plus 30 for the alliance, and plus 24 for my prestige, and 197 from relations. And that puts me above everyone else on their list. I'm not sure. I mean, Bohemia just must hate everyone in the HRE. Alright. How old is the Emperor? He is 33. He is younger than my king. I do have my heir is boy. He has a strong claim. Hopefully, we will be able to get there. We lost another general. The one problem with all this is, dang it, I recalled from Bohemia. From all this is, if one of those 3 may end up calling me into war, and I'll have to go defend them. But we're gonna go back up to speed 5 and let it run for a little bit. Maintain. There we go. Let it run for a little bit, and hopefully we will be able to get there. Keep a close eye on this. They're even higher on me now. Can you just like die a young death, please? Unfortunately, unlike a game like Crusader Kings 2, there's no way to assassinate people. That would be fantastic. Task Commission of Cardinals, addressing the Protestant movement, Catholic faith itself cannot be corrupt. Okay. So Austria gains 5 prestige and 2 papal influence, that's fine. Yeah, local defensiveness. I can embrace the counter-reformation. Papal State likes me more, Brandenburg likes me more. We get counter-reformation, we get 2 missionaries, extra tech cost, which I don't love. I'm gonna hold off on that. I don't want the tech cost and the idea cost. And I'm also going to take this policy. Policies happen when you finish 2 idea groups. The combination of the 2 idea groups gives you a policy between the 2 of them. So between the policy I get with quality and diplomatic is professional diplomatic corps, which gives me +1 diplomatic reputation. +1 diplomatic reputation and -25% envoy travel time. Once I finish up economic, I can take these policies, and the policy has to be active for at least 10 years before you can get rid of it, and it costs 1 monarch point of the category it's in. So this is going to cost me 1 diplomatic point, but it can give me +1 diplomatic reputation, which will be helpful in getting there, becoming the emperor. So let's keep it going. Still got 4 votes. If the emperor were to die, we would become the emperor. That's all we need. Problem is, he's so young. He's so young. Why did I recall the diplomat? I didn't want to recall the diplomat from Trier. I just want to keep them there for as long as I can. Just keep improving. Maintain. Just keep the relations up as high as we possibly can. Keep that vote. And then, possibly, when we become the emperor, we can add a bunch of land to the empire, because almost all of our land is not in the empire, and try to pass a bunch of these reforms. There is an achievement for passing this reform, Renovato Imperii, which transforms the Holy Roman Empire, instead of it being a bunch of individual states like it is right now, it forms it all underneath one banner. So by pushing that button, we would become the Holy Roman Empire, and it would completely change our country, but we would have all of Germany underneath us, essentially. But yeah, right now we are kind of just waiting for the emperor to die, and hopefully our heir doesn't die. France can hate us, that is fine. The Pope hates us. Basically, the only 4 people we care about liking us in the whole world are these 4, and something happened. We lost a vote. We lost it to Brandenburg, and we lost a lot of reasons. Brandenburg must have done something big. We will worry about that on the next episode. Oh man, this is going to be close. Brandenburg must have done something, because they got both of their votes, and they flipped this vote, likely. Yeah. And brought themselves a lot closer to us here. So I don't know what Brandenburg did to make themselves much more attractive to the people, but they did something. So we're going to have to figure that out. But we'll do that on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you know when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me about all the heart attacks I'm going to have as I wait and hope that the emperor dies and I become emperor to get the achievement. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.